Alright, another step to properly make sure your nails adhere all the way through is proper cleansing of what has already been filed. So obviously you see there's a ton of dust on her nails. I personally like to use this manicure brush to go ahead and sweep everything off. I do not like the traditional brushes that they use at other salons, the big poofy ones, because those don't ever remove all the dust on the nail. It simply just collects it from the top, brings it to the end, and then when you come back around it just brings it back. So I make sure that thoroughly the nail is cleansed. We're gonna go through. I personally like Angel's primer. I've been purchasing Angel's products for a long time. They've worked great for me. So I go through and I prime all 10 nails. Right now we're just gonna work on one hand. And you always want to make sure that you prime the nail. Do not ever get primer or let primer touch your client's skin. It will be painful for them. And what we're going to go ahead and do now is I am using this Angel's Soft Cover Nude for her nails. It is going to be 2-part liquid, 1 part powder. So what I do with my brush is, and yes, there's some glitter left in there from the last that I did. I push the brush away about halfway through and then push towards me with the acrylic. I want to get a nice size ball, tap any excess, dry my brush off, scoop it up, and then come back to the nail. I start here at midway and stroke downwards. I'm going to remove the excess. This ball unfortunately dried out a little bit with me showing you guys and holding the camera. But you will push it up slowly towards the cuticle area and then spread down. Push up slowly and then press down. You always want to make sure that you are tilting the nail down. Acrylic tends to run with gravity. So if you have her nail like this, it's going to run all the way down to the cuticle area, which is going to make it very hard for you to file later, which will end up causing damage to her cuticle area because you'll be filing all up in here. So now I'm going to go ahead and fix this nail because obviously with the talking and the stopping, my acrylic dried up, which is not a big problem. Anytime your acrylic dries up, it's easy to maneuver depending on the product you use. Like I said, I'm very familiar and used to Angel's products. I worked with it for over 10 years, so I know how to work with my acrylic. There are other brands that I do love. Like I mentioned before, the Glam and Glitz, their products are amazing, smooth to apply. I'm going to take a really small amount here and just apply it to the base. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pull back her cuticle. It's kind of hard to see because of the shadow. And just apply a little bit here at the base. Wet my brush again. Ayana, you're moving all over the place.
Sorry, my leg itched a little.
And my child is my videographer for the moment till I get my stand.
This is more better. You had 3 minutes. Things always had to before. I mean, one.
Zip it.
Sorry.
So you always want to make sure that you clean up nicely. The point of each nail is to be able to completely do this nail so it looks like it has already been filed by the time you are done. There's no excess lumps or excess of acrylic in areas, especially those areas closest to the nails. And as you can see right here, we have good cuticle area. It's not all the way stuck up here on the cuticle, so you don't have to file or shape. There's nothing excess on the sides either way. And the nail is pretty smooth where you can see on both sides that it's going to need minimal filing.